Our final segment here on Offside Sports, brought to you by Turtlebox Audio. Live free, listen louder. Find their amazing lineup of outdoor Bluetooth speakers at turtleboxaudio.com. Big thank you, as always, to Paul Teron and everybody at 84 Lumber in Otay Mesa, California. They supplied us with the building materials for our brand new set. Reach out to Paul for all your building questions and needs at paul.teron at 84lumber.com. All right, before we get to the bets of the show, the bots, Black Monday hit in the NFL. I could not pick John Gannon out of a lineup. If you held a gun to my head and say, you've got to get this right, I'd be like, that guy over there. No clue whatsoever. And then you have, Dable got canned in the middle of the season for the Giants. Titans, you've also got a head coaching opening as well. Siege, what was the biggest shocker to you as far as the head coach getting fired? And what's that one job that you're like, ooh, stay away from?
The biggest shocker to me was Raheem Morris. 2 seasons, both 8 and 9 seasons. I mean, no, that's not the greatest you can imagine. But, I mean, I look at what he dealt with, and what he dealt with was a GM who went and signed $180 million quarterback in Kirk Cousins, and then decides to go draft a quarterback with their first pick.
Yep.
And then I just am here left scratching my head. Like, we don't want to build around Bijan, and Raheem Morris has a chance to, actually do something, give him 2 years and get out. The job security in the NFL as a coach is just terrible.
It's brutal.
And the one coaching job I'd want to stay away from is Cleveland. Just always stay away from Cleveland, because Stefanski goes and they actually have an opportunity with Baker Mayfield in 2020 when they go and win 11 games. They go on, they win a playoff game, and by 2022, Baker's gone. Mm-hmm. And Andrew Berry's been there through it all, and he'll still be there.
Yep.
And here I am always blaming the GM. Like, the coach doesn't have something to do with the personnel.
You can blame the GM.
But it begs the question of, like, who's at fault here? Because they win a playoff game, and then you want to go get a new coach, and Baker Mayfield went out and balled out in Tampa Bay.
Totally.
Don't you feel sorry when you see players that are wasting their careers away, like Myles Garrett with the Browns?
Oh, my God.
Or like Dak Prescott with the Cowboys. Like, you see these players that their windows are closing to get anywhere.
Dave, you have a rebuttal?
Dude, look, Myles Garrett's one of the nicest guys going. He completely took the money over winning. I'm all about team wins. You chose to sign with the Browns, and you can sit there lying in that hole for the rest of your life. That's why I feel with it. I can't stand when guys, look, I'm a fan. Myles Garrett doesn't send any money my way. I go ahead and take care of your own, but don't sit there and pull the poor me card when you aren't poor. Okay? So, no, I do not care at all. You decided to sign with a bad organization, bad team. That's on you.
The shocker, I kind of disagree. I thought Stefanski, I think he's such a good coach, 2-time coach of the year. I know it's the Browns, but it's the Browns. Is that really on him? I don't know. So I was sort of surprised to see him
The
go.
Haslam ownership group is a joke.
Exactly.
Well,
so
I
feel like who they're going to bring in next, like, what are you doing? It's not going to make any. Who are you going to get that's better than Stefanski, right? And the job, sorry, Mike, but the job I would stay away from is the Las Vegas Raiders. It's year after year after year of lower than mediocrity.
Dave, oh, God, that hurts. Dave, biggest shocker, and what's the job you're staying
Okay,
away from?
Stefanski's the biggest shocker. He's the best coach. We all know he's the best coach available. He's going to have a job as a head coach in this league
fast.
Next year.
Yeah.
He's one of the best offensive minds going. He's a guy you could see with the Titans. He's a guy you could see with the Raiders.
He's so good looking.
He's going to have. I was going to say the same thing.
Sorry.
Stefanski is a guy that is going to have a job. Raheem Morris will not have a head coaching job. He will be a DC. Remember, he won the Super Bowl with the Rams as the DC.
Yep.
Titans have already asked to talk to him. It looks like that's a Rooney Rule checkoff. Hey, before you go cross country from Atlanta, why don't you stop off in Nashville, which is embarrassing.
Yep.
Look, here's what I would do, and it might be a little bit shocking to you. We talked about him earlier in the day. The New York Jets and the Raiders are jokes of organizations right now. The Raiders haven't been one of those teams in the past, but for the last 23 years, they haven't done a thing. Look, they need a culture change. The guy who's the best culture change guy right now in all of football is Signetti. And I'm telling you right now, if I was the Jets, if I was the Raiders, I would offer him $25 to $30 million a year and said, if you could change Indiana football, you could definitely change the Raiders and change the Jets. Woody Johnson with the Jets might be the worst out of all of them. I mean, there's a reason why you created that No More Tears shampoo for babies, because he needs it. There's been a long time he's been crying, and Jets fans have been crying for a long time.
Oh, my God.
And what's more perfect than a guy that sells Band-Aids than the New York Jets who put a Band-Aid on everything? It's time to fix it. So if I'm the Raiders, and I know they're looking at Stefanski too, and maybe John Harbaugh, if he becomes available, dude, I would bring in Cignetti, and people would say, you're out of your mind. There's no way he's ready for the NFL. Why not? Harbaugh's won in the NFL. Other guys have won in the NFL. If there's anyone that could change a culture right now, it's Cignetti. I would offer him the moon to come to an NFL
It's not the worst thing I've ever heard, to be honest with you. The names being thrown about as far as the next Raiders coach, Pete Carroll, the ship had sailed, unfortunately, and all that rah-rah and wrestling with guys in practice and stuff. You didn't develop anybody, and your son, who may not have fully cooked, as your offensive line coach, was just like, what the hell is this?
They want to go youth movement, but they hired a guy whose social security number is 4. I mean, what are you doing? I mean, come on, you can't go youth movement when your coach is old.
No.
Sorry.
Do you practice these lines in front of the mirror?
Mike brings out the worst in me. I'm sorry.
I love it. I love it. So,
it's great. I love
my
it.
biggest shocker was Raheem Morris, I'll be honest with you, because you're right. It's not the best, but it certainly isn't the worst. And, that the GM, thank God, is gone as well. And Arthur Blank is kind of sitting there going, what the hell? Here we go. Back to square one again. But the whole Kirk Cousins Penix thing was screwed up. And in Cleveland, when you draft two, Shedeur Sanders and the kid from Oregon whose name's
Dante Moore.
Thank you, Dante Moore. And then Flacco's there, and you're kind of doing this juggling thing. I hope that at least they go into it with the new head coach and say, really, really effectively look at Shedeur. And if he's the guy, let's start with him first snap in minicamp or whatever we're going to do and really see if he is the goods. Just have a little continuity going into the season. And I'm with you. Stefanski has a job so fast it'll make your head spin. Mike McCarthy is the name now being mentioned as possibly taking the New York Giants job. So who knows? And God, I'm sorry, I hate to say this, but the Raider job may be the one you're like, oh, thanks, but no thanks.
Let me ask you, got the number 1 overall pick.
You got the number 1 overall pick, right?
Okay, as a Raider fan, Mike, real quick, would you do this trade? There's a rumor out there. The Browns are willing to offer 4 number 1s and Shedeur for that number 1 pick.
In a heartbeat. Take it in a heartbeat. Oh, yeah, 4
Would
number
give up
1s.
Mendoza for 4 number 1s and Shedeur.
Yeah, because there's so many areas that they need to build up. I mean, they need a dominant edge rusher. They need, you've got your running back in Janty. Is O'Connell going to hold you for a year? Maybe, possibly. Pickett as well. But there's so many holes on that team that I would take that in a heartbeat. Because I think Shedeur Sanders may end up being a serviceable quarterback in the NFL. Is he going to be a Super Bowl caliber quarterback? Doesn't look like he is right now. But
I'll let Brady do the interview. The interview Mendoza. If Brady interviews Mendoza and says he's not the guy, then I would take that move. Otherwise, whatever Brady says, I'd go with.
You know who they need to not take is the kid from Vanderbilt.
Oh,
Diego.
You mean Johnny Manziel 2.0?
I'm so worried about him going to the Raiders. I think it would be
All right, what are we going to bet on this week? The bet of the show presented by our friends at Owner's Box Daily Fantasy Sports App today. OwnersBox.com, secure and fast withdrawals, industry-leading rewards, and amazing in-house user support, all at your fingertips. Click on OwnersBox.com. Start playing today. Congratulations to Allison Ratstuff. She was our fantasy bet winner for the year 2025. We start the new year 0-0. CJ, what is your Owner's Box bet for this show?
Look, I said it about a bet early in the year, which was like an over 16.5 receiving yard.
Right.
With Puka Nacua, over 93.5 receiving yards, it could also hit in one play.
Absolutely.
With Puka Nacua, this guy makes unbelievable catches. I'm going with him over 93.5 receiving yards.
All right, I am going to go with Rams running back. I'm going to stay in the same game. Rams running back Kyron Williams to go over 63.5 yards rushing in this game. As I said earlier, CJ, if you're Panthers, pick your poison. Who are you going to try to take out of the game? And I think that they're going to try to take Puka Nacua out of the game which should open up the running game.
Good
Dave,
luck.
what is your bet? Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I like that. Again, the Chargers-Patriots game we spoke about a lot, so I'm going to go with Drake May in this game, but I'm going on the under the 241.5 yards passing for Drake May, so I'm going less than in that one.
Allison, quickly, your bet.
I have Rams Puka Nakua also.
Oh, look at you.
For more than half of a receiving and or passing touchdown against the Panthers.
All right, we'll put a lid on this episode of Offside Sports. Massive thank you to everybody here at the Loft 100 Studios for making this show possible. Thanks to Turtlebox Audio, Municipal Clothing, Bebemos Tequila, Chase the Sun at WeDrinkTequila.com, 84 Lumber for their support and partnership, and Turf & Sons for the surface of a brand new stage. Click on turfandsons.com today. Most of all, thanks to you for hanging out with us. For Dave, Allison, and CJ, I'm Mike Costa. We'll see you next time.